Good evening and welcome to episode 17 of Elliott Astro-Imaging. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight as we have a late broadcast tonight as I had prior commitments going on and started way late tonight for a reason. The object that we're actually getting is at a decent altitude. So we're actually shooting the Pacman Nebula, which is NGC 281, and that sits right below the constellation of Cassiopeia, or Cassiopeia. And it is a hydrogen emission nebula, and it is a fairly bright object. I've gotten it a couple of times. Not too bad. I've done it in hydrogen alpha, and it actually turned out okay. We're just finishing guiding here. It is currently 12:36 a.m. and we're just starting. It's going to be a short broadcast tonight. Won't be too long. Just wanted to get a couple of images of the Pacman. Considering it's super clear, I want to get it and at least get 3 to 4. If guiding is perfect, I'm going to try to shoot for 10 minutes. But we're going to just stick with just the usual of the 8 minutes exposures with the QHY. The Orion G3 is not, the software is not working with me tonight, so I'm not going to be using that. The software or the program keeps knocking me off, and I don't understand why. It keeps giving me an error message. So I am not going to worry about the Orion G3 tonight, although it'd be super cool in the G3, but I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to stick with the QHY, and we're just going to go with that and shoot it in hydrogen alpha tonight. It's just nudging and we're set. So actually it nudged it just a slight bit, and we're guiding. So we'll see how guiding is tonight. The wind is not as bad as it was last night, so it shouldn't take the mount, or shouldn't take it too much, but we're going to see. As I said in the last few episodes, it's got to settle down when it first does this because it was moving the star a little bit. So we'll see what it does. I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger here so that way everybody can see it. There we go. So I'm just going to let it settle down for just a tiny bit here for declination. The declination is, as it always does on every single night whenever it starts, the first minute to a minute and a half, declination just goes haywire. And I can never figure out why. And then all of a sudden it settles down, and then we're in great shape. So we're going to just pick a different star here. We're actually going to increase the exposure. We're actually going to lower the exposure to 1 second. And we're just going to pick one of the other stars. We're going to pick that one because that one seems to be in great shape. So we're going to pick that one, and we're going to guide off of that one. So hopefully that is good. All right, that one should be okay. We're going to see how that does and see where it does for declination. Wow, declination is all over the place tonight. I have to increase the exposure, pick a different star here. So just give me 1 second here. We're going to pick a perfect star so we can guide off of it, so this way declination doesn't go nuts. It keeps moving. Keeps getting into that 2 range, so hopefully it'll settle down here. Come on. Stays right in there. That'll be fine. Nope, it's going to 4 again. Bring this sucker down because it's not working well at all. Maybe it's telling me that it is too late. Wow, we're actually running at 8 for declination. Hopefully that will actually change it. It's running between 4 and 8 here. You probably couldn't even get a 60-second exposure with this without some severe star trails. Let me try a different star here. Guiding is not going well at all tonight. Usually it settles down after about 3/4 of the way through this. It very well could just be this part of the sky is just not cooperating with my mount at all. And that can happen. I have been reading a lot about that, where there are certain parts of the sky where it just does not cooperate with certain mounts. And then on other spots, you can get a 15-minute exposure and be absolutely perfect. So it could be a whole bunch of things where things just aren't working the way they're supposed to. it is very bouncy, and I don't understand why. We'll see if it settles down just a slight bit here. And maybe it found its common medium, so we're going to see. If it stays like this right on this end here, then we'll be fine, and we'll be able to shoot an 8-minute image without any problem. So I think we're going to start the image now and give it a shot and see what we can get. I'm going to go to pull this up here. We'll pull up the QHY, and then we'll see what we can get. Now, I did shoot an original image here that was just a 10-second image just to see where I was at. We are dead center right now currently. We're going to try for an 8-minute image, although if guiding is continuously bad, we may have to go down to 4, but I really don't want to go to 4. Considering we're going to be shooting in hydrogen alpha, I really don't want to do that because you're not going to get much detail. So I don't want to do that to actually lose all that and just be a wasteful night. So not much more we can really do with this. Just let it run and do what it's got to do. While it's running, I'm going to take a look at guiding here and see. Well, before I do that, actually, what we're going to do is I'm going to pull up the finder. So this way everybody can see where it's located on the actual finder scope, which is right here. Okay. The bright star that you see right, I'm actually going to use the mouse on the actual thing here. There we go. Bright star that you see right here is part of Cassiopeia. Okay. And that star is called Sheedar. It's Shedar. Okay, that is part of the Cassiopeia constellation. The other star that is sitting here, it is not part of the constellation. Okay, this one is Achrid, Achird, and that one is this one right here. So if you're looking at Cassiopeia and you see it here, Sheedar is the bottom of the W on the right-hand side. It is a yellow star. So that is this one right here. And then if you follow it, okay, going this way all the way up in that section, that's Navi. If you go with here and you go up, that is CAPH, safe. Or CAF, however you want to pronounce it. So that is the constellation of Cassiopeia. Again, it sits right off of it, and it sits on the right-hand side. Not bad. I mean, you can actually see some nebulosity. I'm going to take off the bullseye, and then you'll be able to see it. It is right here. These little stars that you see, these little tiny dots, that is the center of the Pacman. And it's actually right in here. I'm actually going to see if I can darken this just a little bit here so you can actually see the nebulosity. I don't know if you can. Let's see. Yep, you can just a slight bit. It's right here. And that is super, super cool that a finder scope can do that. And all it did was the CG5 is a go-to. We'll go to the object, and then I can see how close it is. And looking at this, we can actually see the Starry Night software, which is this one right here. And you can actually see it. That is this right here. I'm going to zoom it out just a little bit so you can see everything here. So again, you have that star, which is Sheedar. And then you got the star over here, which is Gamma Cassiopeia. That is a double star. And then you got the star over here, Rubach. And then that star way up here is that safe, is what I was talking about earlier. So it sits right off of that. And then, of course, there's Eta Cassiopeia. So you can actually see that, which is really cool. And I love how it shows every star that's on here. And then you can get some information on it. And, of course, the car just went by, so I lost the star, which means guiding is going to be completely off with that. So that image is pretty much shot. So a little bit of information on NGC 281. Again, it is a nebula. It is an emission nebula, so it's hydrogen alpha. The position in the sky is right here. It's in the constellation Cassiopeia. Its altitude right now is 29 degrees above the horizon, so it's in prime spot for imaging, which is awesome. and that's what you want. And then its angular size is 38 arc minutes, and then its axis size is 28 minutes. So not much information on the Pacman. It just is there, and it's a great object to shoot in hydrogen alpha, which is awesome. The thing where it says rises and it's circumpolar, that means it is up all year round. It does not set. It continuously shows up, and so you can always image this object. Sometimes it'll be at 80 degrees above the horizon, and sometimes it'll be at like 13 degrees above the horizon, but it will always be there, which is really nice. So this way you can get an idea. Let me check and see guiding. Oh, dear Lord. Guiding just like completely went shot because somebody drove by, and it did mess up guiding horribly. It is settling down just a little bit here. So looking at this 8-minute images are not going to be possible tonight. We're going to see if we can try this again tomorrow. It's supposed to be clear tomorrow, so we're going to do our best because right now it's currently 12:50 a.m. So it is getting to be that time where we're going to try to see if we can get a couple more, but it's not looking so good tonight. If it does settle down and it gets to the point where I'm actually going to try to see what I can get, I'll stay out here as long as I possibly can, but we're going to do our best. So it looks like it is really settling down here, but we'll see how bad this image looks first because we're at 85%. At least we'll have at least one image so everybody can take a look. Let me zoom it out a little bit here so everybody can see. Where this original image was taken, it's actually the Pacman would sit right here. And it would actually go right across here, and you'd be able to see it really perfectly, and it'll be in red. I don't know. Let's see it with the 10-second image here. Yeah, you can see it just a slight bit, which is right in this area right here. So what I did was I moved this down to here, so it'll actually be in the center of this image, so you'll be able to see it when it does come up. There's going to be a ton of star drift on this image here. So it's not going to look all that great, but I'm just looking to see for center purposes to see if it actually is in the middle of this image. It is downloading right now. Let's take a look at it and see here. Yep, we're dead center where we want to be. We are perfect. The Pacman Nebula will sit right here. So if this can settle down, and it really doesn't look like it, it is not looking to be a good night for guiding. It's not looking to be a good night for astrophotography. Maybe it is telling me to pack it in. So I'm going to end tonight's broadcast, unfortunately. It'll be a very short broadcast. I wanted to at least get a video out there to at least show what I'm getting. As I said, tomorrow is supposed to be clear. It has changed. So it is supposed to be clear between 10:30 and 2 a.m. tomorrow. Not sure what I'm going to get yet at this point. And it is supposed to be clear again on Saturday. So Friday's agenda is a viewer's choice. What anybody wants, to see, message me, let me know, and then I can go from there. If it's in the sky, of course. If it's in the eastern hemisphere, eastern meridian or southern meridian, just let me know. I will post a few objects out there. The agenda for Saturday is currently right now is the BMO is going to be holding a public night, and I plan on heading out there around 6 and staying out there as late as I possibly can out there. If anybody wants to join me that's in the Buffalo area, by all means, let me know. I will post something on Facebook to let everybody know. It is free if they come with me and if they join me. So let me know. And I'm going to be leaving here at about 6 o'clock on Saturday, 6 p.m. that is, Eastern time, and staying there till about 11 or 11:30 and then coming home. So let me know if anybody wants to come along. So I'm going to end the broadcast. I want to thank everybody for watching this wonderful episode of Nothing, and have a great night. Bye.